Welcome everybody to The World is the Best. This is episode 36. And The World is a Mess, and I just went to Steampunk at episode 36. Excuse me there. And this is your host, Steampunk Star Raisin, here in North Hollywood, California. And I'm here with Daniel Bertizan, my co-host. He's in Bellwood, Ontario, Canada. So how's it going, Daniel?
I'm good. Can you see me okay?
I can see you okay.
All right.
Your
Yeah,
your forehead's kind of cut off, but that's kind of your style.
Well, it's a fixed camera. I can't do nothing about that.
That's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, man, a lot of good news, on a lot of things. Like, did you see? There's like a new. Okay, I'm gonna send you the photo of. Okay, you know who the Red Death is? It's like a flash.
Yeah, I've heard it's like a alternate universe version of Batman that stole Barry Allen's Speed Force or something, and he's like Batman crossed with Flash.
Yeah, so he's a different version of Batman from another universe, and this version of Batman lost everybody. He lost Alfred. He lost all the Robins. He lost the Batgirls. He lost the Nightwing. He lost everybody. So, and I think he lost Commissioner Gordon as well. And he lost pretty much everybody he ever knew, everybody he ever trained. He lost everybody. So he went insane. He kills his rogue galleries. He kills all of his rogue galleries. The Joker, the Penguin, everybody. Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. And then he goes to Central City and he kills the Flash's rogue galleries. He kills all the Flash's rogue galleries. And then he kills Team Flash. And then he steals Barry Allen's speed. And then he kills Barry Allen after he steals his speed. So basically, this version of Batman is really, really messed up. And you can't really blame him because he lost everybody. He had a really bad day, like the Joker. The Joker had one bad day and he went insane. And so Batman had one bad day and he went insane. So now this version of Batman Red Death is going around the multiverse causing trouble, most likely. And maybe he's the big bad of the movie. And but we were talking about this last
I don't
night.
know. I mean, it could be interesting. It could be bad. I don't really like any of the DC movies, so I'm not really that enthusiastic. They did a lousy job with Suicide Squad. They did a lousy job with Justice League. They did a lousy job with Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. Not really that excited. I think, probably will be lame, more than likely.
Yeah, so like, who do you think this version of Batman Red Death will be? Do you think it'll be Michael Keaton?
In the TV show version of Flash, isn't Red Death supposed to make an appearance in there as well?
Yeah, they were talking about that, but it didn't happen.
Well, that is unfortunate.
I mean, the TV show Flash, like we're talking about this, like it's really bad. It's
gotten really boring. It's gotten, especially after Crisis on Infinite Earths a couple years ago. That was like what, 2019?
Yeah.
And it's gotten really boring in the last couple of years. I stopped watching it. I just got bored. The whole thing with Iris being trapped in the mirror and the supervillain, she's got like mirror superpowers, and it's just like, I just want to be spiteful, just for the sake of being spiteful. And then there's like an Iris clone, and it dragged on for many episodes, and I didn't even care to find the ending of that storyline because I found it to be quite boring and quite dull compared to previous Flash storylines. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out again sometime soon. I know that the Arrowverse is slowly dying since Arrow has been canceled. So,
but you know what? Now they're talking about an Arrow season 9. They're talking about bringing back Oliver Queen, and I'm
really?
like,
I hadn't heard about that. Where is your source on that?
Oh, I heard on a video, and I'm like, okay.
So why were they going to bring back? I thought they were done with it.
I didn't watch the video, but I read it, and it said, Arrow season 9 could be coming, and they could have different ideas on how to bring back Oliver Queen. And I'm like, wow, that'd be interesting. I mean, it would have to, he's a Spectre now, right? Oliver Queen is a Spectre now, so that means would we be traveling with him throughout the multiverse? That'd be kind of cool if we said that.
I don't know. Just like to see a good story. DC has been lacking in good stories lately.
Yeah. So yeah, but who do you think? You know what? Okay, if you look on your Skype. Okay, why don't you share the picture I gave you? It's really cool.
Of what?
Of the bat suit with the red bat suit with the lightning bolt on it.
Hold on. Screen share. There you go. There you go, people. There's a screen share of Red Death, which is a cross between like evil Batman and Flash.
Yeah, so it's like the Batman symbol. It's the
so
Batman
Red
symbol.
Death is supposed to be the main villain in the Flash movie.
Yeah. So which version of Batman do you want it to be? You said you wanted to be Adam West Batman?
I was a joke. I was joking off camera about that because Adam West Batman's like he's like the comedy version of Batman. And Adam West has since passed away in 2017. So unfortunately, due to cancer, so he can't come back as Batman.
Yeah. But this looks like Michael Keaton. I mean, this could be several. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it's wearing a full face mask, so it could be anybody, really. Could be any actor, anybody, anytime.
I mean, if it was Christian Bale Batman as the Red Death, I would be like, that would be interesting to have Christian Bale fight Michael Keaton. But I'm like, this looks like Michael Keaton's bat symbol, so it must be a different version of Michael Keaton. Because here's a hint. Michael Keaton did say that this movie, he compared it to Multiplicity. That's interesting. He compared it to Multiplicity. And he said he had to learn how to fight himself.
Okay.
So that's kind of revealing.
I don't know. I just want a good story.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it seems like the further we go, the less good stories we have because everything is being done.
Well,
right?
COVID has had a negative impact on the movie industry. The movie industry is struggling to survive. Movies are not grossing as much as they used to, due to the fact that a large percentage of people are afraid to go due to the current pandemic, and a lot of movie theaters can only fill to 25% capacity or whatever. So movies are not doing as well as they used to.
Yeah, but for some reason, Shang-Chi. For some reason, people went there to see Shang-Chi. I don't know why. It wasn't that good.
You didn't like it?
Not really.
Don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it for me.
No.
I wasn't really that interested in it based on the trailer. It looked kind of boring to me. But I guess because it is the MCU movie and people are so interested in what's next in the MCU, so that's probably why it did very well. What's going on? You seem distracted. Daniel. What's up?
Sorry. My mom talked to me for a second. Yeah.
Oh. Well, we are live, so tell her that you're live.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll see it when it comes out on video or something, or it comes out on streaming. But
yeah, because you know what? If you saw it on Putlocker, it's a crappy version made with a little phone.
Yeah, I'm not interested in seeing a version that somebody copied with their cell phone in the movie theater. The audio quality is going to be really bad. The video quality is going to be really bad. It's not going to be an enjoyable experience. So I'll wait till a proper version comes out that I could see, that I could rent or stream online. But yeah. So anything else? You seem to take a big interest in the Red Death. Are you confident that the Red Death is the main villain in the
Well,
Flashpoint
it
movie.
has to be. It has to be. It's like a version. It's like a red Batman suit with a lightning bolt on it, and
Well,
Red
how do you
Death.
know that's actually going to be in the movie? There's a lot of people who show pictures of stuff that's not actually.
Well, yeah, it came from like I think it came from their official Twitter. The people who were making the movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. It could be good, but knowing their track record, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers hasn't exactly done a good job with the DC movies, in my opinion. And lately,
Mm-hmm.
DC TV shows have been kind of lackluster as well. But
Yeah. So, I want to say thank you for having me on your show. I mean, it's great. I mean, like I told you recently, I was blocked by someone I considered a friend.
okay,
And he blocked me just because I was talking about Marvel. Like, I know he has a DC show, and
were you
like,
talking about Marvel in the middle of his show?
well, no, he was having one of those premiering now pre-recorded things,
Okay,
and so he recorded it previously, and then he put it on, and people can comment on it.
okay.
And I was thinking to myself, I keep on. I don't know if you've noticed, but I keep on repeating myself over and over because I have very little to say.
Okay.
I'm not very good socially, so I repeat myself over and over, and I'm like, I don't want to bore anybody, so I decided to change it up a little bit, and I wanted to talk about current events because the current event was Wanda going to the Fox universe and possibly going to the Sony universe. So I went on his show and I talked about it a little bit, and I don't know. I guess he didn't like it and he blocked me. And it just really sucks because like they don't give you any warning that they'll block you. They don't even talk to you about it. They just hit the block button. Today, people are so quick.
What platform did he block you on?
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, and he has a Skype, but I don't know.
Did you leave any negative comments?
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. Absolutely not. I was just talking about Multiverse of Madness. I was like,
did he have rules? I guess he had rules. He only wanted to talk about DC.
Like, yeah, like now I know that he thinks MCU sucks, and I go on his channel and he says like, oh, MCU people are not allowed. This is a show for only true DC fans. Well, dude, I'm a true DC fan myself.
Well, you should have respected him on that, but he sounds like a jerk. He's just willing to block you and not even willing to talk to you about it. I can understand getting annoyed if you're doing a DC only show and then you start talking Marvel, but at the same time, he should have at least respected you enough to talk to you about it. But people, that's what people do these days. They ghost people. They don't have the courage or the balls to stand up to somebody and say, hey, either I'm tired of talking to you or this is the issue I have with you. They just ghost you. So yeah, it sucks. And I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. If you're going to go on a DC only show, then probably should respect that.
I know that, but it's just, like I said, I wanted to change it up because
I know, but if it's a DC only show, it's not really appropriate.
Yeah, but it's what we
but
go
here on The World Is a Mess, and I just want to steampunk it. We like to talk about a little bit of everything. We talk about entertainment, politics, the news, you name it.
Yeah, definitely.
Art,
so.
Yeah,
I said, we've been on Joe's show before, right? And Joe talks about everything, right? Everybody talks about everything, right?
Yeah.
And that is that sometimes when everybody talks about everything, you kind of get a little confused. Sometimes you forget that it's a DC only show. And then sometimes, like the brain, we're imperfect. We forget things, right?
Well, he must have not have been a good friend then if he was willing to block you without talking to you about it.
Yeah, I know. And that's what my psychologist said. She's like, well, why do you want to talk to that guy if he blocks you like that? And I'm like, well, Andre is a very cool guy to talk to. He's got really interesting sources. And, I just wish that I could go back a month ago and I would say like, no, you know what? Stay off that thing and don't talk about Multiverse of Madness. But you know what? Here's the thing. He says no Marvel tards allowed and only DC. But then again, he talks about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and he talks about Shang-Chi and the Legend of 10 Rings. So it's kind of like, he's like William Shatner. William Shatner on his Twitter? He's like, not political. Be warned or be blocked. Shatner can talk about politics, but when other people talk about politics, he blocks them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of hypocritical, wouldn't you say?
Well, it just sounds like he wasn't that good of a friend to begin with, so I wouldn't sweat it.
But anyways, like I love DC, man. Oh my god, when I saw the Red Death picture, I'm like, OMG. Yeah, now I know that it's probably going to be an alternate version of Michael Keaton because, like, look at his bat symbol. It looks like the Michael Keaton Batman symbol. It can't be anything else.
Who knows? That's all I can say. Who knows?
What about they got Val Kilmer? Maybe they got Val Kilmer to do it. That'd be kind of cool. But no, Val Kilmer's in bad shape. What has he got?
He's in really bad shape.
Hey, did you ever meet Val Kilmer I
have never met him.
Oh.
He usually doesn't do autograph signings. I've never seen him at any of the conventions I've been to.
Oh. So how was your last convention?
It was fun. It wasn't as fun as previous years because we had to sign a contract stating that in order to be press, we were not allowed to interview any of the celebrity guests because if the celebrity guests were worried about COVID, COVID's really had a negative impact on everything in life. Unfortunately, I think things will never completely go back to normal. We're going to think of things in terms before COVID and after COVID.
Yeah.
And also in recent news, there's been 1 in 500 Americans have died from COVID as of today. As of today, we're up to 674,000 deaths. And so 1 in 500 Americans have died. We're about 1,000 deaths away from it being the worst pandemic in U.S. history. And so with about 1,000 to 2,000 people a day dying, this is going to be the worst pandemic in U.S. history. It's going to be even worse than the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. So it just shows you that despite our increases or advances in medical technology, the majority of people don't have access to that medical technology or don't have the finances to access that medical technology, and then we're not really any better off than the Dark Ages. So yeah, sadly, in America, we are regressing. We're regressing pretty badly.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about the Gabby Petito case. I think I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And Brian Laundrie. Have you heard about that case?
No. Who are they?
She is a YouTuber. Hold on, let me open it up here on my computers. She's sadly, tragically passed away, but
what happened?
Well, her and her boyfriend had a small YouTube channel. They had about 20,000 subscribers. I looked up their YouTube and they were doing cross country. They had a website dedicated to van life. They had a YouTube channel dedicated to van life, and she was starting to document her journey traveling across the United States. And they ended up in Wyoming, and she disappeared, lost contact with her family. And then her boyfriend took her van and returned to Florida without her. And then he refused to talk to police, refused to talk to her family. And then he got a lawyer, and then now he's in hiding and he disappeared. And they found her body, what they believed to be her body, in Wyoming. And Grand Teton, hold on.
Did they do a DNA test?
They're probably in the process of doing that. They haven't completely identified her, but she's a petite blonde woman, blonde hair, blue eyes, very good looking. That's why the media has run away with this story, because she's a really attractive young girl. But yeah, according to CNN, it says a body has been found in National Forest in Wyoming. Authorities are searching the area for Gabby Petito. And so they believe that the body, because the body matches her description, they believe it's her. and her boyfriend had gotten into on August the 13th, got into a domestic violence dispute with her. And I watched the police surveillance, or it was a police body cam footage. And apparently he had threatened to dump her off in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere, and leave her. And that's why she was crying, and that's why she was upset. And that's why they got into a physical altercation. He had some scratches on him, and he lied and said that, oh, I got scratched by a wire. You know, he was making, you could tell that he was lying, and he was kind of nervous, and he just seemed a little bit of a sociopath, and he was kind of laughing about it like it was funny or something. And I got a really bad vibe out of that guy from just looking at the police body cam. So yeah, they were stopped for a domestic dispute. Somebody had called the police on them because they saw them pulled off the side of the interstate or side of the road, and they were getting into a physical altercation. And then he claimed that she grabbed the steering wheel, but she said that wasn't true. But she did slap him, and then they decided not to press charges, but they got him to a hotel, gave her the keys to the van, told her to drive off and to not contact him for 24 hours. And I'm sure that made him really pissed off. And if you look on their social media, they both had, she had a TikTok, and they both had like an Instagram page. If you look up on the social media, she pretty much revolved her life around him. So it's just really, really tragic that she obviously was in an abusive relationship. And if I had to guess, her death was probably through strangulation. The reason why I would say that is because the matter of domestic abuse, when she was being interrogated by police, she had no bruises on her. So, but she obviously had scratched him a few times. So what was the physical altercation? Well, he was probably, if I had to guess, was trying to strangle her. That's why she had no marks on her, but he had marks on him. And so if I had to guess how she was killed, it was probably through asphyxiation. I don't know that for sure because they haven't released the full autopsy on it, but the FBI has now raided Brian Laundrie's parents' house. He is on the run and he is missing. He went to some national park near Northport, Florida, which is near Tampa. Hold on. But yeah, she had a YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel was Nomadic Static, which is kind of quaint and cute. It only has like one video on there. And okay, well, before this became a big news story, it had only about 20,000 subscribers. Now it's up to 51,000. But I seriously doubt that a second video will ever be uploaded because the FBI is pretty conclusive. They believe that the body that they found in the state park of Wyoming, Grand Teton, or wherever, hold on. Bear with me here. But yeah, this is a breaking news story. It's been all over the news. It's been all over Fox News, MSNBC, CNN. It's been all over the internet. I figure I'd comment about it. Yeah, at the a body was found in the national forest in Teton County, Wyoming. County coroner Brent Blue told CNN. They said additional details were unavailable, and they said it was petite, blonde hair, blue-eyed female that was found, and it matches the description of the person that was missing. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty cold-hearted that he took her van and drove it without her back to Florida, and he refused to talk to the family, and then he lawyered up, and then he disappeared. And then his family seemed to be aiding and abetting because they refused to talk to the other family of the missing girl, and they refused to cooperate in any way, and they lawyered up. They said, hey, we're not going to talk to the police. Well, you're going to have to talk through our lawyer. And it seems like they provided cover and allowed him to escape. But So yeah, he is on the run. The police are searching for him. Who knows what will happen from here? You know, you still there, Daniel?
So he killed her he killed their daughter, and
No,
they are
You
supporting.
no, they were boyfriend girlfriend, not a daughter.
Oh, oh, no, I know that, but like, okay, so he killed his girlfriend.
One person.
Yeah,
You're misunderstanding. One person. Okay, there's a couple,
yeah.
Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie were dating. They were engaged to get married. She
Mhm.
was from New York. He was from Florida. I don't know how they met. They started a YouTube channel. It was van life, called Nomadic Static, and they had TikTok. They had Instagram, and they had a small following. A lot more than me because I'm only like at 1,000. But she had like at least 20,000 subscribers, even though she'd only uploaded one video. And they were traveling and documenting their trip. They got into a domestic altercation where they were pulled over by the police on August the 13th in Moab, Utah. And the last time the mother heard from Gabby Petito was on August the 25th. And then he returned to Florida in her van without her on September the 1st. And then she was reported missing on September the 11th. So this is a breaking story. This is within this month.
Mhm.
And they just recently, a couple days ago, the FBI found a body in Wyoming in the search area where her cell phone signal was last sent. And they believe it to be her because it's matching her description. They haven't done a DNA test. They haven't 100% confirmed that it's her, but the FBI is pretty sure that it's her. They are searching Brian Laundrie's residence where he lived with his parents, and
Oh,
he is on the run. He's in some national forest.
oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So,
Okay, so you got it all wrong. There's nobody daughter there. There's just a couple. The girl's
Mhm.
disappeared and now is presumed dead because she hasn't talked to her mom since August the 25th. They found a body in Wyoming
Mhm.
at the national forest up there in Grand Teton, Wyoming. They found a body that matches Gabby Petito's description. She's a very good looking girl. And I watched
Mhm.
the police body cam footage, and she's like this petite, blonde hair, blue eyed. She's really good looking. She was somewhat popular on Instagram and YouTube. And she had started a vlog. She had a whole website called Nomadic Static. Uh, you can just Google Gabby Petito, or just go to any news website. It's top national news story. It's actually become kind of international, and everybody's
Mhm.
talking about it. So I figured I might as well talk about it too. Um, I suspected that she was dead. It's not 100% confirmed that the body is hers, but it's pretty suspicious because he left the area. She hasn't had any contact with her family since August the 25th. He won't talk to the police. He lawyered up. He hired a lawyer. The family hired a lawyer, refused to talk to police. Now they found a body in the search area where she was last seen, or she was, and it's suspected to be her. And the FBI is pretty sure that that's her body. And so now they've done a search conducted. They've gotten a warrant to search Brian Laundrie's house, and they've searched his house. I don't know what evidence they had. They also impounded the van that they were traveling in, and he is missing. He went to some national forest near Northport, Florida, and he's on the run, and the police are looking for him. And
Oh.
he's gone from being a person of interest to a suspect in her
Mhm.
death. Like I said, it's not 100% sure that she is dead, but it's about 99% sure because, the area where she was last seen, where she was last heard from in Wyoming, they find a body matching her description. So they're pretty sure that that's her.
Mhm.
Same age, same stature, same gender, blonde hair, blue eyes. And so, yeah, I hope they catch him. And but yeah, it is a tragedy. But I've got to wrap up. It's been a half hour. But yeah, I will talk more about this case and the next podcast. Would you like to talk more about this case? Does it sound
Oh yeah,
interesting?
definitely, most definitely.
Anyway, so look it up online if you're curious. But anyway, this is The World is a Mess, and I just want to steampunk it, episode 36. This was your host, Steampunk Star Raisin of AmberStreet.com here in North Hollywood. And I was here with Daniel Bertizan from Bellwood, Ontario, Canada. So you have a nice day, and I will see you 25 billion years of will.